Hello everybody, welcome back to Stony Springs YouTube channel. Today we're going to be changing the oil on this 2000 Ford Ranger. It's got the 4.0 high-speed automatic. First thing you want to do is open up the oil cap, which is over there. First thing you want to do is open up the oil cap, right there. Set it right there, right next to it so you can get to it real easy. You need to put it back on. Next thing you want to do is grab a 13mm wrench, socket, whatever you choose to use. I'm going to use a wrench. Ready, loosen it up, and don't drop it in the pan. No bolt in the pan. Once you have it loose, you reach up there, and make sure to get your hand out of the way once it starts coming out, because it could be hot, and you don't want to get that hot oil on you. Let's do it this way. Just gonna spin it up like that. There we go. Got it out. I dropped it. And let's get that out before it fills up too fast. Well, let's do it. Anyways, make sure you have the yellow cap out, and it'll all start going in there. As you can see, it's burping. Now that you've let that drained out for a few minutes, and your oil pan over, make sure it still stays on your pan, and then take that oil filter out. I'm gonna be using this one right here. It's from probably like the 70s or something. Take a 1/2-inch drive, put it in the bottom, that one, or that one, and you twist it off. Looks pretty good. And as you can see, it loosens really easy with this tool. So on this 2000, recommend coming in from the front, reaching up there and loosening it just the rest of the way that is needed, and get it straight into this pan. If you don't get it in the pan, you're gonna have a world of a mess to clean up afterwards, and that's never fun. Oh, too fast sleep. There it goes. Alright. Don't straight up like that. See if it's dripping. No, it's not dripping. I'll bring it out for you guys. And yeah, that's what it should look like. Now you can take your filter. There's a little spot on there, right there. You can kind of see it right now. It's on the other side. And you just tip your filter upside down and you set it in there. I'm going to be using a Napa gold filter. I already carved in there the mileage that this is being put in. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. 140K. I recommend that everybody does that if you're doing your own oil. If you have somebody at Napa, recommend not going to Napa. Go to a local privately owned company and have them do it, and tell them to either mark or scratch the mileage on this oil filter on the new one. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to reinstall the oil plug. I don't have any blue Loctite, so the next time I do this, I'll put new thing of blue Loctite on there. As you can see, the last guy that did it, he put a lot on there. But you know, if it drips out, I can always add oil over the next couple of months. Put new, until I finally change the oil and put blue Loctite on there. Reinstall the plug. Once you have your drain nut tightened down, a few snaps on the wrench with a mallet, you can put your filter back on. I'll show you guys how to do that now. I'm going to be using 5W30 motor oil SAE high mileage synthetic blend, 70,000 mile over vehicle, and I think this will do good. This truck takes 5 quarts, so it should take the whole thing. Now you see this oil filter and you see this ring right here. Take your finger, run it along the side of the wall of your new oil, and just rub it down real nice. You have to do it a few times. Then you want to take your oil filter, not hit it against everything, and put it back on. Your new one. Spin it on there. Spin it on until it's finger tight. Finger tight. I don't like that. Next thing you want to do is get your oil filter. Make sure it's clean in there. Stick it right in the top. Let it sit in there. This is from like the 1980s or older, because it's got this almost like a coil wrapped around, and all the oil goes straight down that. Take your cap back off. Go over and start pouring it slowly. Make sure to watch how much you put in there. We started off up here. We're all the way down to here already. Just like that, we are full. Alrighty, let's take a look at this oil. I know right now it looks like there's a bunch of dots all over it, but as you can see, that's the kind of material this is made out of, this container. So yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I don't think there's anything in it. I think those are mostly air bubbles, and I think that is just the contour of this thing. Right there, there's a whole contour that we can't really see. So, manufacturing. And, yeah. As you can see, that's what it looks like untouched over there. Let's see what that looks like. I don't think it's a piece of metal. I think it's just grit. Let's go back. Since we still have a little bit left in there, I might get a container, see if I got one, and look into putting it in that so I don't just waste the rest of that oil. One of the perks of living in the city is you can just literally go over to blue recyclable bins and literally grab a clean container out of here. I can't get it out with just one hand. I'll get it out real quick. One of the things you're going to want to do is take it inside, rinse it out, and dry it out real good. Don't leave water in there, because that'll get in your oil whenever you need to add oil or something. You can't put it in there. You can't put water in your motor unless you don't give a shit about it, which I care about mine, so I'm going to do that. And, yeah. Alrighty, now that you got your container, put new oil, put the type of oil that your oil is, there you go, and set it on a flat surface, set it on the edge of there, and start pouring. Make sure you get all of it out. You don't ever want to waste any of it with these new prices these days. Tell you about when we was doing oil changes on other vehicles back in, what, 2012 to 2017. Prices weren't that bad, really cheap. Not near 30 something odd dollars for 5 quarts of oil. I'll tell you that right now. Same with gas prices. I don't remember what they were back in the day, but I don't think they were that much as they are today. Alrighty, what you want to do now is take this and put it in here. Take this, put it right there, and pick your pan up, pour it in there. So you leave that open. I can't do it two-hand, so whenever I get close towards the end, I'll pick you guys back up. And to you guys is that you put to the where you could see how through the container how much you're putting in, so you don't overflow. Because you never know, you might not have enough space in that container to take what you put in there. Right, stop in like that.